Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth.
I warned you. I warned you this was what was coming. And some of you tried to laugh it off. Some of you said I was overreacting. Some of you said I was just being a Putin apologist. I warned you that the so-called crippling sanctions that Obama Biden tried to build an entire State of the Union around, the state of Ukraine Union apparently, that our crippling sanctions were going to have a devastating effect on Putin. And every night we listen to the lying legacy corporate corrupt mainstream media try to tell us how Putin's being weakened and there's all these economic collapses happening within Russia. Well, I warned you that what was really happening was an alliance between Russia and China, and they were going to create an alternative economy. They were going to take care of each other. They would welcome in places like, say India. And they would create a parallel economy. Now, this is problematic in particular for the globalists who want an entire one world system. They want everybody part of that system. And now Russia and China are not lining up. They're not playing. In fact, Russia and China are poised, and I warned you this was going to happen, they could trigger an incredible depression because other countries could begin to look at their new system. You know, when Visa and MasterCard and American Express and Google Pay all pulled out of Russia, I said then, how stupid. First of all, good luck collecting your debts there. All those Russian people that charged up their Visa and their MasterCards and their American Express and were using Google Pay, and you cut them off. That's it. They're part of the evil empire. Okay. Good luck collecting your money there. And I told you, Russia and China would get together and they would create their own versions of Google Pay, their own credit cards, etc., etc., etc. They would even create their own international banking. And yes, they would try to rival the dollar. And here it comes, boys and girls.
Well, Russia and China issued a joint statement declaring a friendship between the two nations that knows no limits, that directly challenges the United States as the global power, criticizes the expansion of NATO and other military alliances, as well as points the finger at the U.S. for using excuses of spreading democracy in order to engage in hostile actions. They basically said in this statement that the once weaker kids on the block are now bigger and stronger and won't take the West crap anymore. So we're going to go over some sections of this 12-page statement. And while we do, remember that this was issued on February 4th, 20 days before Russia invaded Ukraine. No one really paid attention to this document when it was released. They just figured Russia and China were posturing and pretending to be all big and powerful. But don't worry, they're all bark, no bite. They're still too small, they claimed. And then the invasion happened. The West attempted sanctions on Russia and tried to cut them off from the world. And I've argued that all it really did was speed up the transition away from one global currency and one global power towards the multipolar world order Russia and China declared was coming only a month ago. You see, people have been arguing that there's no way China's SIPs could replace SWIFT. They say their currency is too weak or unstable to replace the dollar as the global currency. But maybe the goal, at least this first step goal, isn't to replace these systems, but rival them instead, like MasterCard to Visa or Pepsi to Coke. Next thing you know, they might be Facebook to MySpace. Start off the smaller of the two, only to clobber them a few years down the line. After all, one part of this document declares the countries are intending to form a Russia, India, China, East Asia cooperation that will include a variety of sectors such as trade and defense. And last I checked, China and India in particular have a lot of people, meaning trade will be very lucrative and defense very robust.
I told you.